Hello everyone. Today we'll talk about how Dickens connected the theme of childhood with the characters of the novel Hard Times. The first character is Louisa Gradgrind. Louisa is Mr. Gradgrind's oldest daughter and she's the protagonist of the novel. Louisa was slim with pale skin and long golden hair and monotonous features. She was 13 years old in the first 3 chapters of the novel. Although Louisa is the main female character in the novel, she was a calm and obedient character, and she may seem silent, cold, and devoid of feelings. Louisa had an unhealthy and difficult childhood because of her father, who raised her to disregard feelings and see everything in terms of facts. He deprives her of normal childhood, deprives her of fun, imagination, and love. And he treated her harshly, which made her hate her life and reject it. She was not happy with it. She embraced her only brother Tom, loved him, defended him, and always tried to help him. Louisa's difficult childhood, the focus on reason and the rejection of imagination and emotions in her childhood, leads her to unbalanced adulthood and make her independent and hesitant. And her excessive reliance on the mind makes her negative and indifferent character, and she spends the rest of her life trying to learn how to be a normal human being with feelings. The character of Louisa is an affirmation from Dickens on the importance of childhood in human life.
Thomas Gradgrind. Tom, the second oldest child of Gradgrind and brother of Louisa, was a beautiful child with blonde hair and about 8 to 9 years old. When he was a child, he was a very quiet personality. He was very cowardly and only showed his feeling to his sister Louisa. In his childhood, he was always afraid of his father Gradgrind, and this fear appeared at the beginning of the novel, when he accused him of taking his sister Louisa to the circus, where his sister was the one who defended him, while Tom did not raise his eyes from the intensity of his fear. Tom's upbringing did not differ from his sister Louisa, and he was raised on fact only, and this certainly affected his life in the future and changed his personality a lot. Tom felt that his father did not love him and did not care about him at all. He only cared about teaching him the facts. He felt that Louisa was the closest person to him and felt that she was the only one who loved him. His childhood was really miserable, and Charles Dickens wanted to convey that poor upbringing and lack of interest in children's feelings and creating a spirit of fear in them is a very bad thing and generates negative feeling and a selfish personality. And this is what Gradgrind planted in Tom's characters because of his neglect and interest in fact only.
Cecilia Job, the daughter of the circus artist Sleary, is a beautiful girl with dark eyes and short dark hair, about 10 or 11 years old. Although Cici is not champion of the story, her character is of basic importance in expression of other main message. She is a kind person, education, emotionally outspoken. Cici's background is of lost quietly, but her imagination and heart are of highest caliber. Thanks to her father's care when she was young, this father gave up her. She is still a little girl, leaving her to be debated by the Gradgrind, but his education has leaving its mark of her. Cici come to her Gradgrind house and take care of your wife and become loved by Louisa and Tom. All the same, she didn't despise her father for give up her recently example of pardon her father. She helped Louisa pardon her selfish father, Mr. Gradgrind. And Cici is only character in the books of order to lead a happy life and childhood. Childhood Charlie Dickens went. A very important message that being emotionally healthy can help you get a good job and love family.
Theme of childhood. Dickens focused on the theme of childhood in his novel Hard Times through these characters, Tom, Louisa, and Cecilia. He wanted to emphasize the importance of childhood in a person's life, as is what shapes a person's personality and determines his behavior in the future. Dickens also tends to focus on how to raise children, how to deal with them, and how dangerous or important this is on their future. We may be making the children monsters and criminals because of wrong treatment or unhealthy childhood. He explores the importance of the development of both thoughts and emotion during the upbringing of a child to balance his personality. The children in this novel are portrayed as weak because they only obey order without a question, and they are given numbers, for example, girl number 18 or boy number 7, to be easier to remember them because the teacher weren't interested in names. They were interested in only one thing, to teach the fact. Gradgrind also refers to the students at his school as rational animals and compares their minds to the fertile soil in which facts can be seeded. He treated them like machines by depriving them of a feeling and imagination. This is an abstraction of their humanity, their childhood, and their mistreatment, which will be reflected in their behavior, personalities, and their future, as we will see at the end of the novel. Dickens uses these characters to reinforce the potential dangers of creating a society while only facts are required in life, because he behavior that children must have imagination and feelings to live healthy and happy.